Welcome back to Decorah, everybody, for Game 2 of this doubleheader. As it's a hot night here in Decorah as the Decorah Vikings look for the sweep of this doubleheader against Epworth Western Dubuque. Tori Hartman will take to the circle here in Game 2. And she will face this Western Dubuque lineup. Zoe Weber, the catcher. Abby Myers at third. Ashley Butsforth in left. Jessie White in right. Marissa Kleesner in center. Abby Kerprick, the DP. Allison Schmidt at first. Paige Kerprick at short. Reagan Hafler at second. And Peyton Hilby will be doing the pitching here in game number 2. Tori Hartman's coming off a 4-hitter last week in which she struck out 11. She no-hit Southwind through 6 1/3 in that one. And Tori's been throwing some good softball as of late. She's 7-7 on the year. 3.54 ERA, but opponents only hitting 184 against her. Zoe Weber will stand in. She was 1 for 4 with sacrifice and a run scored in game 1, and the first pitch taken low. 1 ball, no strikes. Vikes with a little bit different of a defensive look as we get going for game 2 at 6:54. Tori with the 1-0 on the inside edge for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Randy Morris, the balls and strikes guy this game, and Kerry Griffith working the base pass. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Hartman ready in the 1-1. Riser high, it's 2 balls, 1 strike. Hartman with 83 innings, 73 hits, 42 earned runs, 61 walks, and 98 strikeouts. We'll set the Decorah defense here momentarily. Tori with a rise ball that misses high, it's 3-1. Lindsey Smith, Lexi Shelton, and Chelsea Twait left to right in the outfield. Shelby Stahlberger at third. Peyton Jurlett at short. Maria Hoyme at second. Becca Elcock at first. As that one popped into left field. Underneath it is Lindsey Smith. She will make a two-handed catch in shallow left for the first out here in the top of the first inning. 1 down, nobody on, and Abby Myers to the plate. Myers was 2 for 4, and she also reached on an error in game number 1. Vikes won that one 5-4 and come from behind fashion. The pitch swung on and missed, 0-1. Tori Hartman a 2-run single in the bottom of the 7th inning. No balls, 1 strike. Myers takes the next one high. It is 1 ball, 1 strike count. Hartman ready, 1-1. Swung on and missed, took a little something off, and Myers was well out in front. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is the official last game of the regular season for both these squads now. The 1-2 delivery is a rise ball high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Over the weekend on Saturday, Western Dubuque lost to Monticello 6-0. They swept Dubuque Wahlert on Friday night. Last Tuesday, they lost to El Burnett. Pitch out of the zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes. This is their first game on the road since the 27th of June. A loss at Bellevue. They've played their last 7 at home in Farley. The 3-2 delivery. Rise ball swung on and missed. The 99th strikeout of the season for Tori Hartman. And there's 2 down here in the first inning. 2 down, nobody on, and Ashley Butsforth Ford will come to the plate. She was 2 for 3 with a walk, a double, and 2 RBI in game number 1. Decorah won that one 5-4. No score here in game number 2. Butsforth takes the first pitch low. It is 1 ball, no strikes. One-0. Swung on, popped up, shallow center field. The shortstop, Peyton Jurlett, is under it, and she will make the catch to retire the side. So a quiet first inning for the Bobcats. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the first inning. It is Western Dubuque 0, and Decorah coming to bat, and the Vikings will bat this way. It's the same order we saw in game number 1, although different positions. Tori Hartman, the pitcher. Lindsey Smith in left, Chelsea Twait in right, Lexi Shelton in center, Maria Hoyme at second, Shelby Stahlberger at third, Cassie Hoyme behind the dish here in game number 2. Jenna Iverson, the DP, and Becca Elcock will play first base with Peyton Jurlid in the 10th spot as the shortstop. And a new pitcher here in game number 2 for Western Dubuque as well. Peyton Hilby making her 12 starts. She's 4-6 with a 3.73 ERA. 267 opponents batting average against 56 in a third inning. 62 hits, 30 earned runs, 23 walks, and 21 strikeouts. And that lineup will face Hartman, Smith, and Twait here in game number 1, inning number 1. Tori was 1 for 4, but her hit in game 1 was a big one, a 2-run single. To end the ball game of the bottom half of the 7th inning. It'll be a pitcher-pitcher matchup as Hilby takes to the circle here in game number 2. First pitch to Tori. Outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 delivery. That one dropped low. It is 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Smith and Twait, as we mentioned, to follow here in the bottom half of the first inning. As Hartman was able to get the side down in order, 3 up, 3 down in the first. Swung on fly ball left field. Angling into foul territory is Buttsworth, but she can't quite get there. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Ashley Buttsworth in left, Marissa Kleesner in center, Jesse White in right, Aubrey Myers at third, Paige Keprick at short, Reagan Hafler at second, Allison Schmidt at first, Zoe Weber behind the plate, and Peyton Hilby in the circle. Ground ball towards third. Gobbled up there by Myers. She'll throw across the diamond and retire Hartman. 1 down and nobody on. Aubrey Myers has played some nice defense over there at third. She's pretty much been a vacuum cleaner over there. Lindsey Smith will bat. No score here in the bottom of the first inning as Lindsay looks the first pitch high. 1 ball, no strike. She was 0 for 2 with a walk in game 1 of the doubleheader. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. The pitch dropped low. It is 2 balls, no strikes to count. He'll be wearing a protective mask out in the circle. The 2-0 swung on, popped up left side of the infield. Keprick at short will make the catch. And that's the second out of the inning. 2 down. And nobody on, and Chelsea Twait will come to the plate. Twait in game 1 was 0 for 2, walked and scored a run. And a changeup taken low to Twait. 1 ball, no strikes. Started this one at 5 o'clock instead of the usual 6 o'clock, so it'll be a little earlier Monday night. We at least hope. The pitch low, 2 balls, no strikes, because by bus it's good 2 hours down to Epworth. Two balls, no strikes, the count on Chelsea Twait. And the next pitch goes high. It's 3 balls, no strikes. Again, this was a game that they just added last week. Both these teams had lost a few games throughout the course of the year. And bottom line, you just need to get some games in, as the 2-0 or the 3-0 taken all the way. And taking for a strike is Twait. It's 3-1. And both teams were pretty equal coming in, 14-19 for Western Dubuque, 13-16 for Decorah. As a swing and a foul back and out of play. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 with 2 down. Three-two. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Hilby gets her first strikeout, and both teams go down in order in the first inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the top half of the second inning. It is Decorah nothing and Western Dubuque nothing. Top of the second inning we go in a scoreless game. Jesse White will bat here for Western Dubuque. Vikes won game 1 by a 5-4 margin. Jesse White was 2 for 4 in that game and did have an RBI. First pitch low from Torrey Hartman, who got the side down in order in the first inning. 1 ball, no strikes. Lexi Shelton got the win in game number 1. The 1-0 delivery, swinging a foul back to the screen. It is 1 ball, 1 strike off the bat of Jesse White. Pitch, swing, and a pop-up, and a running grab is made from behind the plate by Cassie Hoyme in fair territory on the first base side. And Jesse White retired on the pop-up, 1 down in the second inning. And Marissa Kleesner will bat. She was 1 for 4, scored a run, and stole the base in game number 1. Vikes won that one 5-4. Looking for the sweep tonight. And Hartman delivers the pitch, swung on and missed. It is no balls and 1 strike. But both these teams will be on the road come Thursday night. Western Dubuque will travel to Maquoketa for the first round of tournaments. And the winner will play at West Delaware, as that one fouled back to the screen. 0-2. The other side of that bracket, Dubuque-Wahlert at DeWitt Central. Winner will play at Solon. And the regional final will be at Solon a week from tomorrow night. 1-2 pitch high. 1 ball, 2 strikes now from Hartman. You'd have to figure, at least on paper, Solon would be the favorite in that region. 1-2 delivery, a changeup hit slowly off the glove of Hartman. Picked up by Torrey. Throws to first base and throws wild. Kleesner reaches on the fielding miscue by Hartman. 1 down, nobody on, or 1 on, 1 out, I should say, and Abby Kerprick to the plate. 0 for 3 and a walk in game 1. No score here in game 2. We're in the top of the second inning. First offering, low and inside. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Again, Decorah's regional. We'll have Decorah at Charles City on Thursday night. Pitch swung on and missed at a rise ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Decorah has taken 2 of 3 from the Comets this year, which with each team winning on the opponent's home field. Decorah will be at Charles City. Winner plays at Waverly. Pitch taking a strike. Runner goes. Throw down to second base. Not in time. So taking second base is Marissa Kleesner, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Decorah will be at Charles City on Thursday night. Winners at Waverly on Saturday night. Other part of that bracket will be Clear Lake at Webster City, and the winner will be at Ballard of Huxley on Saturday night. And the regional final to be played at Iowa Falls next Tuesday night. Pitch goes high. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes from Hartman to Kerprick. Two and 2 the count. The pitch, swing and a foul straight back or to the first base side, I should say, and out of play. 2 and 2 the count remains on Kerprick. No score here in the second inning. Hartman ready in the 2-2 offering, a rise ball taken high. It's now 3 and 2. Still beyond baffling that if Decorah would be fortunate enough to reach a regional final, they'd have to travel 2.5 hours. Pitch swung on and missed. Kerprick down on strikes. And on the season, Torrey Hartman has just reached triple digits in the strikeout total. That is her 100th batter she has set down this season. Runner at second, 2 down. Allison Schmidt to the plate. Scoreless game, and she swings and misses at the first one. No balls, 1 strike. And Torrey has done that in 84 2/3 innings. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Runner goes, pitch taken high, throw down to third base is in time. No. Delayed call there by Kerry Griffith at third as Kleesner stole and reached to the outside of the bag as Stahlberger put the tag down. It is 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 down. 1-1 delivery, swinging a foul back to the screen. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes now. And as we go throughout the course of the evening here, we'll talk about, based on statistical data from this year, the formula for Decorah to win. The 1-2 change-up inside, in fact, it hit her. So Schmidt hit by the pitch, first and third with 2 down, and Paige Keprick, who played but did not bat in Game 1, will bat. And a key opportunity here for the Bobcats. No score here in the top of the second inning. Pitch taken low, throw down to second base is in time. Tag applied with Maria Hoyme applying the tag on Allison Schmidt at second base. And that's that for the second inning. A hit batter, an error, and a runner left. We head to the bottom of the second inning. It is a scoreless game between Decorah and Western Dubuque. Bottom of the second inning we go. It's the middle third of the order due for Decorah. No score between Decorah and Western Dubuque. Vikes won Game 1 of this doubleheader by a 5-4 margin. Lexi Shelton will come to the plate to lead things off here in the second inning. She was 1 for 3, had an RBI double, and scored a run in Game number 1 as the first pitch swung on, popped up third base side. Myers in foul territory, now just directly on the third base bag, will make the catch of the pop-up. A P5, the score book, 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. And Maria Hoyme will bat. No score here in the second. Hoyme was 0 for 2, did reach on an error here in Game number 1 tonight. The pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. A win here, and the Vikes would finish 15-16 on the season. 0-1. Pitch taken low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. And they try to even up their season record and move it to 500 on Thursday night. Definitely a winnable game, but it's one of those things where you got to take care of the little things if you're Decorah. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. The pitch, swing, and a miss at a drop ball. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 the count. And the pitch from Hilby is taken low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Because Decorah has had a reasonable amount of success on that field. They are 2-1 on that field over in Charles City the last 2 years in postseason. Eliminated Charles City 2 years ago as that one rolled in there. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three and 2 with 1 down. The 3-2 delivery, swinging a foul, right side out of play. 2 years ago, Decorah eliminated Charles City on that field. Last year, they beat Clear Lake on that field, and Charles City eliminated them on that field. And Decorah was able to win 2 games on that field this year. Not all that long ago. 3-2 delivery, swung on a ground ball towards third. Mayers picks it up and throws on to first base to retire Hoyme. Myers, I should say, with their third chance, fielded cleanly here in Game number 2. 2 down, nobody on, and Shelby Stahlberger to the plate. Scoreless game here in the second inning of Game 2. And Stahlberger swings and misses at a changeup low and away. It is no balls and one strike from Peyton Hilby. Pitch, or 0-1 I should say, pitch taken low. It is 1 ball, 1 strike on Shelby Stahlberger. So, that whole second season starts Thursday night. The 1-1 delivery. High and outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. 1A actually starting tonight. 2A and 3A starting tomorrow night. Decorah is in 4A in the silliness that is this 5-class system. The 2-1 outside is 3 balls and 1 strike to count on Shelby Stahlberg. But it's the way it is. So 3 balls, 1 strike to count with 2 down. The pitch outside for ball 4. Decorah has their first base runner. Shelby drawing a 2-out walk here in the second inning, and Cassie Hoyme will come to the plate. Hoyme was 2 for 3 in game number 1. She is 11 for her last 22, hitting safely in 6 of her last 7 ball games. Cassie's stick turning good at the right time of year. As the changeup taken low, or for a strike, Stahlberger takes off. And throw it out to second is not in time, so Shelby now in scoring position for Cassie Hoyme. The ball's 1 strike to count. As Randy Morris takes a breather and gets a couple of balls on the new fancy dapper ball return on the third base side. 0-1 swung out a fly ball down the right field line, and it angles into foul territory and lands foul. Jesse White gave a nice effort, but landed just near the dirt on the exterior of the field, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 the count with 2 down. No score here in the second inning. Vikes won game 1 5-4 on a 2-run single in the bottom of the 7th by Tori Hartman. Pitch goes high. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. One and 2 with 2 down. And the pitch taken low and away. It's 2-2 now on Hoyme. Deuce is wild on the Decorah catcher, and the pitch from Hilby. Check swing taken low on a changeup. It is now 3 balls, 2 strikes. Stahlberger at second. The 3-2 from Hilby swung on a pop-up left side of the infield. Underneath it is Keprick at short. She'll make the catch to retire the side. A walk and a runner left. We head to the 3rd inning. Pitchers duel looming in this one as Decorah and Western Dubuque are scoreless. The ball's 1 strike. Keprick swings and misses at the next one from Hartman, who is now struck out over 100 on the season. 0-2 the count. The 0-2 delivery, check swing and a foul ball straight back and out of play. So we will do it again at no balls and 2 strikes. Tori on her game, kind of picking up where she left off. And what probably was her best outing of the season, arguably, on Wednesday night against Southwind. Pitch swung on and missed. Keprick down on strikes. And there's 1 down here in the 3rd inning. 3 strikeouts for Tori Hartman. And the better thing, no walks. She has hit a batter. We talked about a winning formula, and I talked about it in the blog you can check out at KDECradio.net in the sports section, as the pitch taken high by Reagan Hafler. 1 ball, no strikes. Hafler in game number 1 was 1 for 3 with sacrifice, also scored a run. Pitch taken low is 2 balls, no strikes. Decorah is now 13-7 on the season in games that they have scored at least 5 runs, and they have won 12 of their last 13 games in that category. Pitch to the slapper Hafler is a strike. It is 2 balls, 1 strike. Decorah right now playing in their 31st game in the 30 that have been completed 11 times. Decorah pitchers have walked 3 or fewer. Change up outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. In those games, Decorah is now 9-2. So that puts together a formula for you based on the statistical data that's available this year. As the pitch inside corner for a strike, it's 3-2. If you score more than 5 runs, you're 13-7, and you've won 12 of your last 13. And also, if you walk 3 or fewer, you're now 9-2, 3-2. Swing on, sprayed foul on the third base side. So we'll do it again at 3 balls, 2 strikes. So the box scores that are available to study do not have errors involved in that, so you can't really study how the defense affects you. Although, same could probably be said. And here's a diving attempt at a slap ball, and it's caught by Hartman just outside the circle. And there's 2 down here in the 3rd inning. Hartman, the right-hander, whose follow-through goes to the left side. The ball ended up to the third base side of the circle. She had to reach to her backhand, make the catch for the 2nd out here in the 3rd inning. And Zoe Weber flew out to left here in the 1st inning, 0 for 1. No score here in the 3rd. The pitch swung on and fouled back. It is no balls and 1 strike. Again, Charles City in the postseason coming up on Thursday night. We'll have it for you on AM 1240 KDEC at 6:50 that night. 1-0 delivery, swung on, fly ball, deep left field. Retreating is Lindsey Smith near the fence, and it is off the fence and a fair ball. Standing at second is Zoe Weber with a double. That is the game's first hit, as Weber was just a few feet away from hitting a home run there. Weber instead gets her 13th double of the year. Runner at second with 2 down for Aubrey Myers, who struck out swinging in the first, 0 for 1. No scores. We play the top half of the 3rd inning. The pitch swung on and missed. It is no balls, 1 strike. A victory here would mean Decorah would win 12 of 17 to end the season, and they also put some information together on that as the pitch taken low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Looking at this over the last 4 years, this has been a program that's definitely gotten better as the season goes on. As the pitch taken high is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Granted, going into tonight is not complete information and data available, but in the last 15, Decorah are 10-5. The 3 previous seasons, the pitch outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Decorah has been at least 10-5 in the last 15 games of those seasons. So as time goes by, from a win-loss perspective, that's how we're judged. This team definitely does get better. Swinging a foul back is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Go to the sports section of KDECradio.net and get all these facts and figures that I compile. Every now and then you got to get your geek on, right, Helwig? 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. With 2 down here in the 3rd inning, the 2-2 delivery, swing and a miss, strike 3. 4 strikeouts for Hartman. 1 hit, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Good one going here as Decorah and Western Dubuque are scoreless. Bottom of the 3rd inning we go. Viking bats hoping to live a little here in the 3rd inning. No score as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Vikes won game 1 by a 5-4 margin. Peyton Hilby threw the first 7 batters, has struck out 1 and walked 1. No runs, no hits to this point. Jenna Iverson will lead things off. She'll be followed by Becca Alcock and Tori Hartman. Iverson was 1 for 3 in game number 1. Iverson swinging a better bat as of late, 7 for her last 23. Right around that 300 mark. No score here in the bottom of the third inning. Vikes won game 1 5-4 on the Tori Hartman 2-run single in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the first pitch to Jenna is taken on the inside edge for a strike. The ball's in 1 strike to count. The ball's 1 strike to count in the pitch. That one taken low for 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Iverson trying to get something going here in the third as Hilby has kept the Viking bats at bay to this point. This pitch taken low. It is 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Two and one, and here it is. The pitch swung on and missed at a changeup. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. On Iverson, Elcock and Hartman to follow here in the third inning as that one grounded first base side foul. Sherry Huber got it with the second foot instead of the first. Fundamentals, Huber. Fundamentals. Let's go. Practice what you preach. 2-2 ground ball to the first base side. Second baseman Hafler there to make the play in an underhand toss to first and Schmidt. There's 1 down here in the third inning. 1 down, nobody on for Becca Elcock, who was 3 for 3 in game number 1. Also scored a run. A bunt single by her loaded the bases in that 7th inning, leading to the Hartman 2-run single as that one looped towards the first base side foul. The ball's in 1 strike to count. Nothing in 1. And Hilby delivers the pitch, swung on, popped up on the infield. Underneath it, the shortstop Kerprick, and she'll make the catch about 10 feet off the bag between second and third base. And there's 2 down here in the second inning, so first time through the order, Hilby has kept the Viking bats at bay. Hartman will try to change things here in the third. She grounded to third in the first, 0 for 1. No score here in the third. As the pitch taken low, it is 1 ball, no strikes. He'll be ready, and the 1-0 offering. A little bit low, 2 balls, no strikes. Hilby's only turnish has been the 2-out walk to Stahlberger in the bottom of the second inning. Two balls, no strikes to count. Randy Morris takes a couple of seconds to wipe off home plate to make sure that thing is clean. The pitch low to Hartman. It's 3-0 now. So he'll be in danger of giving up a 2-out walk for the second time this inning, or in this game, second consecutive inning. As the 3-0 taken on the outside edge for a strike, it's now 3-1. Three and 1 with 2 down. The 3-1 delivery swung on and fouled at the plate. It is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Scoreless game here in the third. Pitcher's duel between Hartman and Hilby to this point. Vikes won game number 1 by a 5-4 margin. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the 3-2 delivery. Swinging a ground ball towards short. Picked up there by Kerprick. Throws to first base, and the throw wide of the bag. Hartman would have beat it out anyway. It's an infield hit for Torrey, so the Vikes get their first tally in the hits column. So Torrey at first with 2 down. And Lindsey Smith will bat. Lynn's looking for her first hit of the doubleheader. She's 0 for 3, but did walk in game number 1. Popped a shorter first time up here in game number 2. First pitch, ground ball to the left side. Backhand stop made there by Kerprick, but that's all she'll be able to do. So the Vikes with 2 on and 2 out here in the 3rd inning. Hartman was basically at the bag at second base, and that was probably the only realistic play Kerprick would have had. So back-to-back infield hits here in the 3rd inning has given Chelsea Twait a chance. She struck out swinging in the first, 0 for 1. Twait looks the first one low, 1 ball, no strikes. No score here in the 3rd. Vikes looking for a little 2-out magic here as the pitch taken low, and it gets by the catcher Weber. So moving up 60, it's Hartman and Smith. Torrey to 3rd, Lindsay to 2nd. And now Decorah's RBI leader will bat with 2 runners in scoring position. 2-0 the count on Chelsea Twait. The pitch outside, caroms off the glove of the catcher Weber, but not enough to warrant runner advancement. And it's 3 balls and no strikes now to Twait. She's also looking for her first hit of the doubleheader. 3-0 the count. He'll be ready, and 3-0 on the inside edge for a strike as Twait was taken all the way. It's 3-1. He'll be trying to climb the ladder back. It's 3 balls, 1 strike in the pitch. Low for ball 4, so Twait will move down to first base, which was vacant a moment ago, and now the base is loaded with 2 down for Lexi Shelton. Lexi popped to 3rd in the 2nd, 0 for 1. No score here in the 3rd of game 2. Pitch. Strike, 0-1. He'll be ready. The 0-1 rolled in there. Nice stop by Weber, moving to her left to stop the one hopper in. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. Torrey's at 3rd, Lindsay's at 2nd, Chelsea's at 1st. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. The pitch swung on a fly ball left field. Underneath it, it's Busford. She will make the catch to retire the side. So 2 hits, and the base is left loaded. We head to the 4th inning. It is Decorah 0 and Western Dubuque 0. Top of the 4th inning. No score, top of the 4th inning. Good softball game here tonight. $200 couldn't buy us this much fun. Ashley Butsworth will lead things off here in the 4th inning. She popped a short her first time up. Tori Hartman's given up 1 hit, hit 1, and struck out 4 through her 3 innings, so she's been pretty solid to this point. Pitch, strike, 0-1. She's coming off a 4-hitter against Southwind last Wednesday night. The 0-1 delivery, a changeup. That is swung on and missed. It is 0-2. In that game, Torrey did not give up a hit until the bottom of the 7th inning. 0-2. Rise ball swung on and fouled back. It is no balls and 2 strikes as that one caroms off the Western Dubuque bus. Those buses, they're built like steel. 0-2 hammered towards left field, and it's a base hit as Lindsey Smith fields on 1 hop, and that's the first time in game number 2 that either team has gotten their leadoff runner on in an inning.
Now that's right fielder number 16, Jesse White.
A runner at first, nobody out. Jesse White, who popped out to the catcher Cassie Hoyme in the second will stand in. No score here in the top of the fourth inning. Tori ready. And the first offering is taken on the inside edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Oh, bunted up the first base side, and it's foul. As that one barely got into foul territory, and Cassie Hoyme there to pick it up. The ball's 2 strikes to count. So Tori Hartman well ahead. The pitch swung on and missed. A good morning, good afternoon, and good night to White. 1 down here in the fourth inning. Runner at first, 1 down. Marissa Kleesner to the plate. Reached on a Hartman error back in the second inning, 0 for 1. Pitch, a little low. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch swung on, a ground ball through the right side and through for a base hit. Stopping at second is Buttsforth. So a single to right for Kleesner, first and second with 1 down here in the fourth inning.
Now back in designated player number 10, Abby Caprick.
First and second with 1 down. This is the second time in 4 frames that the Bobcats have gotten multiple runners on. The other one ended with a caught stealing in the second as the pitch goes high. It's 1 ball, no strikes. So Hartman finds herself in her first big-time jam. This is the first time the Bobcats have had multiple runners on with less than 2 outs. The 1-0 delivery well high. Caroms off the glove of Hoyme, so up 60, a couple of runners. Buttsforth to third. Kleesner to second on the pass ball. Two balls, no strikes to count. 2-0 delivery, bunted up the first base side. It's a squeeze play. Hartman's going to throw to first base, not in time. Buttsforth scores on the squeeze play. Kerprick gets the RBI. It's a 1-0 lead for Western Dubuque. Kleesner moving up to third on the play. That was a rise ball on the outside edge. How in the world she got that bunt down is beyond me, but that's a heck of a job by Kerprick. But with the squeeze play on, you got to make contact and you got to get it down. She was able to do that and get an RBI in the process. First and third, 1 down. Allison Schmidt to the plate, bunts up the third base side. Stahlberger's going to throw home and out at the plate. Stahlberger was charging as the bunt happened. Kleesner was basically side by side with her. Shelby got to it, an underhand toss to Hoyme at the plate, gets the second out of the inning. So Schmidt on the fielder's choice, first and second, 1 in, 2 down. And Paige Kerprick, who struck out swinging the third, will bat. 1-0 Western Dubuque as we play the top of the fourth inning. Hartman delivers, pitch swung on. Fouled, right side, out of play. It is no balls, 1 strike on Kerprick. Kerprick played but didn't bat in game number 1. Trying to come up with a big 2-out hits for Western Dubuque here in game number 2. A changeup is taken high and outside for 1 ball, 1 strike. That run is earned. As one of the best delivery boys in the business, Adam Riley gets me an orange Gatorade. The pitch goes low. 2 balls, 1 strike. One of his many talents. As long as he's here, I'll suck up to him. When he's not around, I'll rip him. like when he doesn't catch foul balls. Strike 2 called, snap throw to second base. And back to the bag diving is Kirprick. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Deuce is wild, then the pitch. Swing and a miss. Torrey took a little something off, and Kirprick out in front. Torrey now with 5 strikeouts, but 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. It is Western Dubuque 1 and Decorah nothing. Bottom of the 4th inning we go. It's a 1-0 lead for Western Dubuque. 5, 6, and 7 due for the Vikings here in the 4th inning. Vikings got 2 infield hits and a walk with 2 outs in the 3rd inning, but a flyout ended that thread. Maria Hoyme will bat here in the 4th inning. She grounded out to 3rd in the 1st, 0 for 1. And the first pitch swinging a foul at the plate. It is no balls, 1 strike. Nobody's given up 2 hits, walked 2, and struck out 1 to this point. Western Dubuque doing a pretty good job of playing the field as well. The 0-1 offering. Changeup grounded towards 3rd, snagged there by Myers across the diamond to first base. And the throw pulled her off the bag, and Hoyme will reach. Schmidt was off the bag, and a swipe tag attempt by Schmidt was late in the opinion of Kerry Griffith. And 1 on, nobody out here in the 4th inning as Shelby Stahlberger will bat. She walked back in the 2nd. Shelby swings and fouls the first one away. Right side, out of play, no balls, 1 strike. A 1-0 lead for Western Dubuque here in the 4th inning. 0-1 delivery, swung on, popped up, foul ball right side, and it's bobbled and dropped at first base by Schmidt. She went to the area right in front of the first base Western Dubuque dugout, but couldn't corral it. So new life for Stahlberger, no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2. Pitch outside, runner goes, throw down to second base, goes into center field. Hoyme gonna make her way to 3rd. The throw to third base is offline as well. So a steal and an error puts the tying run at 3rd base, and a 1-2 count on Shelby Stahlberger. So Hoyme stole 2nd. There appeared to be some uncertainty on who was actually supposed to cover the bag. That allowed the ball to trickle into center field. And Hoyme made her way to 3rd. A runner at 3rd, nobody out. 4th inning, 1-0 the score. And Shelby Stahlberger has a 1-2 count on her. Western Dubuque scored a tally in the top half of this inning on an RBI squeeze play bunt single by Abby Kirprick. One and 2 the count, and Stahlberger will step back in. Pitch swung on, fly ball, left center field. This will at least get a run home. The running catch is made by Kleesner in deep left center. Tagging at 3rd and scoring is Hoyme, and it's a 1-1 ball game as Shelby Stahlberger had a deep fly ball to left field, and it ends up being a sacrifice fly. That's RBI number 11 for Shelby Stahlberger. And Cassie Hoyme will bat with the bases empty. 1 in, 1 down here in the 4th. 1-1 the score. And the pitch taken high. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Swung on, popped up, third base side, it lands foul. Weber didn't see the ball right away, so couldn't quite get to it, and there was pretty low trajectory to the ball as well. One and one to count on Hoyme with one down here in the fourth. The changeup taking a low and outside to Cassie. It's 2-1. Vikes won game number 1, 5-4. We're even at 1 here in game number 2. 2-1 delivery, swung on off the end of the bat, foul. Third base side, so it's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Vikes at Hoyme reach on an error, steals second as that one hammered up the middle and through for a base hit. Hoyme makes the turn. She's going for second. The throw to second base is in time. Hoyme made the turn at first base. Decided to play it aggressively and force Western Dubuque to make a play, and Western Dubuque was able to make that play as Kleesner found Hafler, and the out recorded 8-6. So 2 down and the base is empty. And Jen Iverson will come to the plate. Pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Iverson grounded to second in the third. 0 for 1. Western Dubuque leading the hit column 4-3. Pitch in there for a strike. 1-1, and Western Dubuque now leading the error column 2-1, as both errors occurred here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and both helped lead to a run. 1-1 swung on, popped up left field. Buttsforth under it will make the catch a few feet beyond the infield dirt, and that's that for the fourth inning. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors, and nobody left. We head to the top of the fifth inning. We're tied at 1. Pitch a strike to Reagan Hafler as we're back to live action. 1-1 game here in the fifth inning as both teams tally a run in the fourth. 0-1 delivery, swinging a foul on the outside edge. Is no balls and 2 strikes to count. Hartman's given up 4 hits and 1 earned run to this point, as that one well high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. She struck out 6, hasn't walked anybody. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Hartman ready in the 1-2 offering, well high again on a riser. It's 2-2. RBI squeeze play bunt single by Kerprick here in the fourth inning. And a sacrifice fly by Stolberger scored the run in the bottom of the fourth inning. His pitch taken high. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes on Hafler. 1-1 game here in the fifth. Vikes won game 1 of the doubleheader by a 5-4 margin. 3-2 delivery. Here's a slap attempt fouled, third base side. So we'll do it again at 3-2. Grounded towards third, fielded there by Stolberger, who lobs it over to first base and Becca Elcock for the first out here in the fifth inning. So the slap hitter, Zoe Weber, or the slap hitter Hafler retired. Zoe Weber to the plate, batting for the third time in 5 frames. Weber fly to left in the first, and she has 1 of 4 hits for Western Dubuque, a double in the third. She'll swing at the first one, fouls one, third base side, and that one will land just beyond the roof of the third base Decorah dugout. It is no balls and 1 strike to count. One game between Decorah and Western Dubuque, the 0-1 offering. Inside corner taken for a strike, and it's 0-2. A warm night here in Decorah, that's for sure. 0-2 delivery, swung on a fly ball right center field. Retreating is Chelsea Twayton. She will make a two-handed catch in medium to deep right for the second out of the fifth inning. So 2 down, and Aubrey Myers to the plate in a 1-1 game here in the fifth. Myers struck out swinging in the first, struck out swinging in the third. Hartman has 6 strikeouts here in the fifth inning. The pitch, swing and a foul back. 6 strikeouts on the night. Not here in the fifth inning. That'd be a record. Pitch swung on and fouled back. No balls, 1 strike. 0-1, and the pitch rising high. It is 1 ball, 1 strike count on Myers. Trying to stay out of the way of the hard-working yearbook staff here. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's the pitch. Just misses the outside edge. 2 balls, 1 strike. I'm sure Kayla Ingvelson has some lovely shots at the back of my head. So I'll take those in 8x10s, by the way. 2-1, swung on, popped up, straight back. Hoymie's got a beat on it behind home plate. She will make the catch to retire the side for the first time since the first inning. The Bobcats go down in order, 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the fifth. It's Decorah 1 and Western Dubuque 1. Bottom of the fifth inning we go. It's a 1-1 game between Decorah and Western Dubuque. 9-1-2 for the Vikings. Becca Alcock, Tori Hartman, and Lindsay Smith. Here in the fifth inning, just heard from the good folks at A&J. Every time the Viking baseball or softball team this summer leads in the 6th inning or beyond and scores another run, it's an A&J Petersburg insurance run. Every time that happens, the A&J Petersburg Agency, Insurance and Real Estate since 1932, donates $20 to the Decorah Viking Athletic Booster Club. Alcock swings the first one and fouls one third base side, not a play. Is no balls and 1 strike. Alcock popped to short in the third, 0-1. 1-1 game as we play the bottom of the fifth. 0-1 delivery taken low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike on Becca now. 1-1 the count as we hit the 8 o'clock hour here in Decorah. That reminds us to tell you the 1-1 delivery swung on and missed. It's 1 ball, 2 strike. That this is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. Darren Swenson from the Vikings softball diamond tonight. Decorah and Western Dubuque tied at 1 in game 2 of this doubleheader. Pitcher outside to Alcock, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Vikings won game 1 and come from behind fashion by a 5-4 margin as Tori Hartman got a single in the 7th inning. Swinging a foul away to win the game, to score the final 2 runs in that game. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Becca Alcock. This was a game that was added by both teams. It wasn't originally on the schedule. Pitch swung on and fouled back. But both these teams had enough rainouts and enough games lost that they just wanted to get some games in, and fortunately it worked. Western Dubuque opened up tournaments at Makokata on Thursday night. Decorah will open at Charles City. We'll have that one for you right here on the radio. The pitch swung on and missed. Good changeup outside edge. And that is the 2nd strikeout for Peyton Hilby. 1 down, nobody on. Tori Hartman to the plate. Hartman swings and misses at the first offering. 0-1. Hartman grounded to third in the first and got an infield hit rather in the third. One of 3 hits given up by Hilby to this point. 1-0 outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. A ball and a strike with 1 down. Here's ground ball towards short. It's booted there at short by Kerprick, and caroms into left center field. So the 3rd error of the night for Western Dubuque will put Hartman on with one down in the fifth inning. And Lindsey Smith will bat. Popped to short in the first, reached on an infield hit in the third. 1-1 the score as we play the bottom half of the fifth inning. Vikes trying to sweep the doubleheader. They won game one 5-4. Pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes on Lindsey Smith. Hartman, the runner at first with one down. The 1-0 delivery. Ground ball to the left side. Fielded there by Kerprick. Throws on to first base. Nice scoop at first base by Allison Schmidt to record the putout with Hartman moving up to second on the plate. Schmidt doing a heck of a job and saving her shortstop an error there. And more importantly, getting her team the out. So the Vikes will look for that key two-out hit from Chelsea Twait. Struck out swinging in the first, walked in the third. 1-1 game here in the fifth. And a first pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Again, Vikes won game one by a 5-4 margin. Change up, taken low. It is 1 ball, 1 strike on Twait. One delivery, swinging a foul at the plate. It is 1-2. One and two with 2 down. The pitch. Change up taking low. Runner goes. Throw down to third base, and the throw is waiting for her as Myers applies the tag to Hartman. And that's that for the fifth inning. An error and a runner, and nobody left, rather. We head to the sixth. It is 1-1. Decorah and Western Dubuque. Decorah. 1-1 the score between Decorah and Western Dubuque here in game two of this doubleheader. Tori Hartman's throwing well. 4 hits, 1 run given up. 0 walks, 1 hit batter, 6 strikeouts. She's retired 5 in a row since the Kerprick squeeze bunt single in the fourth inning as the first pitch taken low by Ashley Buttsworth. 1 ball, no strikes. Buttsworth popped to short in the first. Singleton scored in the fourth inning. The 1-0. Outside, it is 2 balls, no strikes. Two balls, no strikes. 2-0 delivery, swung on, sliced down the right field line, but foul. 2 balls, 1 strike. We'll make big, important executive decisions when my mic is turned off in this booth. Like what song to play between innings next. Any request? Those of you who have my cell phone, text me. 2-1, swung on, fly ball, left field. Retreating is Lindsey Smith. She is under it, and she will make a two-handed above-the-head catch in deep left field for the first out here in the sixth inning. 1 down, nobody on. Jesse White to the plate. Popped to the catcher in the second, struck out swinging in the fourth. 1-1 the score here in the top of the sixth inning, and the first pitch is taken high. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Both teams got their runs in the fourth inning. Only one time tonight has either team gotten the leadoff runner on to start an inning. That is the only inning either team has scored. Swing a foul right side, out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. One and one with 1 down. Swing and a foul at the plate. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. Hartman ready in the 1-2, offering a rise ball high. It's 2-2 now. Looking ahead to the Vike half of the sixth. It'll be Twait, Shelton, and Hoyme if anyone gets on Stolberger. The pitch, swing and a miss. Just some heat from Tori. And she gets her 7th strikeout. 2 down here in the 6th inning, and Marissa Kleesner to the plate. Reached on an error in the 2nd and singled to right in the 4th. Hartman looking for her 2nd straight 1-2-3 inning and her 3rd of the night. She'll start Kleesner with a strike, 0-1. 4 hits for Western Dubuque, 3 for Decorah. Western Dubuque with 3 errors, and Decorah with 1. Pitch swung on. Oh-2 swung on fly ball center field. Lexi Shelton under it. She will make the catch to retire the side, and she will bat second in the bottom of the 6th inning. Twait, Shelton, and Hoyme here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-1 the score between Decorah and Western Dubuque.
3, 4, 5.
Bottom of the 6th inning we go. Vikes with the heart of the order coming up. Chelsea Twait, Lexi Shelton, Maria Hoyme. If anyone gets on, Shelby Stahlberger. And a good game here in game number 2, 1-1. Again, it at times hasn't been a tremendously clean softball tonight, but it's been competitive, and I think both teams are going to walk away from this one glad they played this one instead of having multiple days off. In fact, in Decorah's case, over a week off between their regular season finale and their tournament game. Twait takes the strike, 0-1. She struck out swinging in the 1st, walked in the 3rd. Ground ball to the left side, picked up there by Myers, throws on to first base, and Twait retired 5-3. Myers has had a nice night defensively. Does a good job over there at 3rd base. 1 down, nobody on. Lexi Shelton to the plate. She's 0 for 2. 1-1 game, bottom of the 6th. Shelton popped to 3rd in the 2nd, flew out to left in the 3rd. She'll swing at the first one and foul it away. No balls and 1 strike. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 doing the Bobcat part of the 7th inning. Pitch to Lexi, smacked towards left, kicked there by Kerprick, throws on to first base, and beating it out is Lexi Shelton. A slight bobble by Kerprick cost her the opportunity at the out. 1 on, 1 out here in the 6th inning, and Maria Hoyme will bat. Grounded to 3rd in the 2nd, reached on an error in the 4th. She also scored that frame. 1-1 game here in the 6th. The pitch to Hoyme is taken at the knees and for a strike, 0-1. Hilby's throwing well, as has Hartman. The pitch swung on a fly ball or a pop-up on the right side of the infield. The second baseman, Hafler, is under it, and she will make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 down and a runner at first, and Shelby Stahlberger to the plate. Walked in the 2nd and knocked home the only run with a sacrifice fly in the 4th. 1-1 game as we play the bottom of the 6th. First pitch well high to Shelby. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Pitch swung on and ground ball foul, 3rd base side. A ball and a strike on Stolberger. Shelton the runner at first with 2 down. The next pitch taken low. 2 balls, 1 strike now on Shelby. Shelby had her 7-game hit streak snapped in game number 1. 2 balls, 1 strike count. The pitch at the knees and for a strike. Snap throw to first base, back to the bag. Diving is Shelton on a closer play than perhaps expected. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count, and the pitch. Swung on a ground ball towards third. Myers there to make the play. Fires over to first base, and that's that for the 6th inning. 1 error, 1 left. We head to the top half of the 7th inning. We're tied at 1.
Way.
Now that's the policy and working together. Check on the web at CredellSchool.com or visit your local Credell school in Still North.
Yeah, we are way up in the blood.
In the blood? Wow. Maybe I've lost my enthusiasm to go. I mean,
a wide range of products and services. Give your investment strategy the truth.
I'm not really listening.
Well, mine are 5 rows behind the dugout. Bodek's in the same row as me.
Design a value
Riley's a little bit more up the first base side.
Peterkin, that's half the battle. So.
No, I'm actually working with him.
Well, so.
I buy him.
Well, then all the more reason. Top of the 7th inning we go. It's a 1-1 game. Decorah and Western Dubuque. Here in game 2 of this doubleheader. Abby Keperick, who has the lone RBI for Western Dubuque in this game on a squeeze play bunt single back in the 4th inning, will lead things off. She was the last batter to reach base safely. She'll swing and miss from Tori Hartman. 0-1. Hartman, no walks, 7 strikeouts. That no walk total just beautiful to see. The 0-1 swung on, fouled back. 0-2 as walks have been a little bit of a thorn in Decorah's side. In fact, 11 of the 30 games, Decorah has walked 3 or less. Decorah is 9-2 in those games. 0-2, swinging a foul back to the screen. Still no balls, 2 strikes on Tori Hartman. That sun's starting to go down over the horizon. Might cool the wind chill down to 84. The 0-2 delivery, pitch high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. My bad, you got to have wind to have wind chill. Correct, Mr. Helwig? So, correct, Mrs. Helwig? Better ask the educators in the room at least. 1-2, swing and a miss at a rise ball. 8 strikeouts for Tori Hartman. And there's 1 down here in the 7th inning. So 1 down, nobody on. Allison Schmidt to the plate, hit by a pitch in the 2nd and reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. So 10 in a row set down by Tori Hartman. First pitch swung on and missed. It is 0-1. Oh, 0-1 delivery. Riser high. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. One coming. Here it is, and the pitch outside corner for a strike. And it's now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, swinging a foul back. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count remains on Allison Schmidt. We're in the 7th inning of a 1-1 game. Changeup taken well high. It's now 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Hartman yet to walk anybody tonight. 3-2 swing and a miss. Took a little something off and got Schmidt out in front. And Tori gets her 9th strikeout. And batting for Paige Kerprick will be Lembezeter. Lembezeter will bat for Kerprick, who had struck out twice. The pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Lembezeter batted in game number 1 and was 1 for 4, had an RBI, did reach base 3 times, twice on errors. The pitch taken low is 1 ball, 1 strike. There is a Decorah connection for this young lady. She is the niece of boys basketball coach John Carlson. And others in the community, of course. 2-2 or 1-1 outside for 2 balls, 1 strike. Hartman has retired 11 in a row. Lembezeter batting here in the 7th inning in a 1-1 game. Hoyme, Iverson, and Alcock in the bottom of the 7th inning. The pitch taken low. It's 3 balls, 1 strike now. But work to be done before you get to that point. 3-1. Outside corner for a strike, and it's 3-2. So it's 3-2 with 2 down. 3-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Hartman strikes out the side. Gets her 4th double-digit strikeout performance of the season. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's Decorah 1 and Western Dubuque 1. Well, the Vikes won game 1 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Can they do it again here in game number 2? Cassie Hoyme is 1 for 2. Popped a short in the 2nd inning and singled, but was thrown out trying to make it a double back in the 4th inning. Ironically, this is the same part of the order that was due in the bottom of the 7th inning that got 4 straight hits and 2 runs for Decorah. 1 ball, or 1-1 the score. Hoyme is 1 for 2. She led off the bottom of the 7th of game 1, and she'll take a changeup for a strike. 0-1. Oh, 1. Pitch low. 1 ball, 1 strike. You got the reference. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hilby's throwing well. The pitch goes high. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. She's given up 3 hits and 1 unearned run. She's only walked 1 on the night and struck out 2. The pitch taken low. It's now 3 balls, 1 strike for Cassie Hoyme. Three and 1 with nobody on, nobody out here in the 7th. The 3-1 delivery. A knee buckler of a change that's taken for a strike, and it's 3-2. Tremendous pitching duel here tonight between Hilby and Hartman. And the 3-2 delivery is low for ball 4. And Hoyme is catching this game. She is eligible for a courtesy runner. I think Riley Hubka will be the runner. In fact, she will be. Riley representing the winning run at first base. And Morgan Eady will get a chance for Jenna Iverson. Iverson 0 for 2 in this one. Eady will bat with a runner at first base, nobody out, bottom of the 7th inning. A 1-1 score. Morgan on the season, 7 for 30 with 7 RBI, calculating out to a .233 average. Edie bunts right in front of the plate, and it rolls foul. Don't know how much of a bunt attempt. She kind of more threw the bat at the ball. She was able to make contact, but wasn't able to keep it between the chalk. It is no balls, 1 strike on Morgan Edie batting for Iverson, with Becca Alcock in the on-deck circle. Morgan squares the bunt. Nice job this time as Mayers picks it up, throws on to first base. And the out recorded with the second baseman Hafler taking the throw. She threw behind Hubke at second base, but Hubke got back to the bag diving. Hubke, the winning run at second base for Decorah, and Becca Alcock will bat. 3 for 5 of the doubleheader, but 0 for 2 in this game. Alcock popped to short in the third, struck out swinging in the fifth. 1-1 game here in the 7th inning. Pitch to Becca, swung on, ground ball right side, gobbled up there by Schmidt. She'll tag the bag with Hubke moving up to third. She'll be there with 2 down, and Tori Hartman, who won game 1 for Decorah, can history repeat itself here in game 2? Hartman grounded to third in the first, signaled on the infield in the third, reached on an error in the fifth. The pitch to Tori, swung on and missed at a change. 0-1. Hartman in the circle has retired the last 12 she has faced. She's working on a 4-hitter, giving up 1 run. No balls, 1 strike the count. And the pitch to Tori. Change up, just missed. It is 1 ball, 1 strike the count. One and 1 the count on Tori. He'll be ready in the 1-1. Pitch taken low, 2 balls, 1 strike. Only twice in this game has the leadoff runner reached for either team before this inning. Hoyme reached on a walk to start this frame. Hubke, her courtesy runners at third. Pitch ground ball towards third. Picked up there by Mayers over to first base, and free softball here in Decorah tonight. A leadoff walk, but nothing else. Let's go to the 8th inning. It is Decorah 1 and Western Dubuque 1. Top of the 8th inning we go. 1-1 game between Decorah and Western Dubuque in the regular season finale for both teams. Western Dubuque at Makokata, first round of the tournament on Thursday night, as Marissa Conrad will bat now for Reagan Hafler here in the top of the 8th inning. Hafler was 0 for 2. Tori Hartman has retired the last 12 she has faced. She's given up 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Best part of the night, 0 walks and 10 strikeouts. Pitch taken low, 1 ball, no strike. She did hit a batter, but all in all, another solid outing for Tori Hartman. 1 ball, no strikes, the count, and the pitch swung on a blooper into right field, and that will land foul. About 30 feet into the outfield grass and about 5 feet foul. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike count. Sun is down under the hills on the west side of town there as we look over the horizon, and temperatures starting to cool enough to maybe be comfortable as the pitch taken low. It is 2 balls and 1 strike count from Tori Hartman. Vikes will have 2, 3, and 4 due in the 8th inning. But work to do before you get to that point. 2-1, swung on, ground ball, and it's kicked at second base by Maria Hoyme and into center field. So the second defensive miscue of the night for Decorah will put the leadoff runner on here in the 8th inning. And Zoe Weber will be the batter as Reagan Hafler will re-enter the game to run at first base. So a runner at first base, nobody out. Zoe Weber to the plate, fly to left in the first, double to left in the third, fly to right in the fifth. 1-1 the score. We are in the eighth inning. The pitch, bunted directly in front of the plate. Hartman picks it up and a overhand toss to Alcock, covering the bag at first base. Sacrifice complete, 1-3. And Conrad up to second base on the plate. One down, runner at second, Aubrey Myers to the plate. 0 for 3, struck out swinging in the first and the third, and fouled to the catcher in the fifth. So Myers will bat with the go-ahead run in scoring position, and one down. The pitch swung on and missed. It is no balls and one strike. Nothing in one, and the pitch goes high. It's 2 balls and, or 1 ball, 1 strike, I should say. One and one the count. The pitch swinging a foul at the plate. So Hartman well ahead at 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Pitch swung on, hammered, deep left center field. After it is Sheldon, she can't get there. The go-ahead run with Hayfield will score on an RBI double by Myers, and a 2-1 lead for Western Dubuque. Myers with double number 12 and RBI number 15 on the season. And Ashley Buttsford will come to the plate. Swinging a ground ball to third. Stahlberger picks it up, throws on to first base to retire Buttsford. And 2 down here in the 8th inning. Myers moves up to third on the play. And Jessie White will bat. She's 0 for 3. A 2-1 lead for Western Dubuque here in the 8th inning. Vikes will have Smith, Twait, and Shilton due in the 8th. First offering taken high. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Tori yet to walk anybody. 1-0. Well high. It is 2 balls and no strikes to count. She has hit one, but the leadoff runner reached on an error here in the 8th inning. The fly ball right field. After it is Chelsea Twait, and she will make the catch to retire the side. So 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. Out of the 8th we go. Vikes need 1 to keep it going and 2 to win. Western Dubuque leads Decorah by a 2-1 margin. Bottom of the 8th inning. Peyton Hilby has thrown very well tonight, as has Tori Hartman. Hilby working on a 3-hitter, walked 1, and struck out 2. For the most part, she has gotten some decent defense, especially from Aubrey Myers at third base. Vikes with only 3 hits in this ball game. Tori Hartman's only given up 5 hits, and she gave up 2 runs, 1 earned. Walking none, striking out 10. Well, the Vikes came from behind to win game number 1. They're going to have to do it here in game number 2 to earn the split. Lindsey Smith is 1 for 3. Popped to short in the first. A infield hit in the third and a ground ball to short in the 5th. 1 for 3 is Lindsay, and she'll look the first one outside. 1 ball, no strikes. One swing on, smack towards short, but right at Keprick, and she'll make the play. 1 down. Hard hit ball, but right at the defender. And 1 down here in the 8th inning. And Chelsea Twait will bat. Twait struck out swing in the first, walked in the third, and grounded to third in the 6th. Looks at the first one low. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 delivery. Swung on, hammered towards left field and deep. That ball is one hopping over the fence. An RB or a ground rule double for Chelsea Twait. Tying run at second base for Decorah. 4th hit of the night for Decorah, and one of the harder hit balls that has actually resulted in a base hit. As Twait gets her first hit of the doubleheader. Twait with their 4th double of the season, and Lexi Shelton will bat. She's 0 for 3, popped to third in the first, fly to left in the third, and reached on an error in the 6th. Hilby delivers, and the first one low to Lexi. It's 1 ball, no strikes. One-0. Softly hit right back to the circle. Hilby picks it up and throws on to first base. And Shelton retired 1-3, 2 down here in the 8th inning. And it looks like Tess Olinger will get a shot for Maria Hoyme here. Olinger a little over a week ago got a game-winning hit against Walk-On in a doubleheader. Can she get a game-tying hit here? Hoyme was 0 for 3, did reach on an error once. Tess 6 for 30 on the season. Calculate now to 200. She does have 2 RBI. Hilby ready. Olinger will bat. And the pitch to Tess. Swung on and missed. The ball's 1 strike. Twait got a 1-out double. Advanced to third on the ground out by Shelton. 2 down. Runner at third. The ball's 1 strike, and the pitch swung on and missed at a drop ball. It's 0-2. Oh, and 2 the count. Oh, 2 delivery. 1 hops in there. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 in the pitch. Swung on a fly ball, shallow center field, and we're making a running grab in shallow center is Kleesner to end the ball game. Western Dubuque takes extra innings and beats Decorah here in Game 2 of the doubleheader by a 2-1 margin. 2 runs, 5 hits, 4 errors, and 5 left for Western Dubuque. 1 run, 4 hits, 2 errors, and 7 left for Decorah. Peyton Hilby is the winning pitcher for Western Dubuque. Hilby's record goes to 5-6 on the season. Tori Hartman, the tough luck losing pitcher for Decorah, goes to 7-8 on the season. So the Vikings wrap up the regular season at 14-17. Western Dubuque wraps up the regular season at 15-20. Many people to thank for making our broadcast possible tonight. First and foremost, our advertisers, good sports-minded people who helped us bring the coverage wherever you were tonight. Without their help, this coverage would not be possible. So as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you. That's right, you, the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed our coverage tonight of Decorah and Western Dubuque in softball. Decorah wins game 1 5-4 and loses game 2 2-1 in 8 innings. We'll be with you for baseball tomorrow night as Decorah will take on Southwind from Kelmer. 7:20 airtime for that one. And then on Thursday night, softball tournament will open up as Decorah will take on Charles City from Charles City, and that'll be a 6:50 start time for that one. So for our entire KDEC sports team, for Alyssa Hellwig, for Jesse Hellwig on moral support, I'm Darren Swenson saying so long from the Decorah softball diamond. The Vikings split tonight, winning game 1 5-4, and the Bobcats take game 2 in 8 innings by a 2-1 margin. Thanks a bunch for tuning in. We'll talk to you again tomorrow night.